Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. right now here on Facebook Live, rather right now here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about the unknown, which for a lot of people, including yours truly, can be an incredible source of fear, anxiety, and trepidation. Those are all words that we probably all felt before. So we're going to address that, especially as it relates to productivity, because honestly, to have hyper productivity, hyper abundance, hyper success, to go big, you have to go into the unknown. You have to go to get to where you've never been before. You have to go through where you've never gone before, which means going through the unknown. So, whoop, there it is. And so, thanks for being here. Again, allow me to encourage you to go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations. We have a very innovative narrative based approach, which is to say that everyone's life has told a story in their past. Everyone's life is currently telling a story, and everyone's life will eventually, when it's all said and done, tell a story. So we help people to think about their past, present, and their aspirational future story that they like their life to tell. Really incredible series of workshops and programs. You can just go to Productive Through Joy. We have a powerful approach here. Holla at us. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. So, um, allow me to say a few words about myself before we dive into the show. For those of you who are new, this is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people call my people. And I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson. Well, of course, Michael Brown was murdered. God bless that young man's spirit. Bless his mama, his family. Have mercy. That book interrogates the intersection of race, violence in America and the American family. Um, I'm also the author. The book came out in October. I'm also the author of the spanking brand new book, Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literatures, which just came out in April. That book explores the intersection of activism and literature by examining novels, plays, and at times poetry that features activists as protagonists, activists as driving forces in the narrative. And it asks the question, can we learn something about best practices, effective activism, by examining fictional representations uh, of activism on the page? It also argues for a heightened consideration of justice, social justice work, and relevance when determining the relative uh, significance uh, and value of a given work of literature. Really kind of a cutting edge book, honestly. Look for that. I'm on the book tour for those last two books. I'll be everywhere. I'll be at the Louisiana Book Festival. I'll be at in the Leimert Park Book Festival here. I'll be at the Kentucky Book Festival. I'll be in Taos, New Mexico. Um, I'll be at the Brattleboro Book Festival, Literary Festival in Vermont. I'm coming to you. I'll be everywhere, guys. So look for me. I'll also be in Massachusetts. Yeah. So look for me. When you hear about me, holla. Let's grab some cognac or some chamomile. I do both of those things, and let's hang. I'm also the board president of the World Stage, great literary and jazz venue here in Los Angeles. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad, master's UCLA, and PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. Listen, I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity when they hear about my crazy story. I'm the product of a young girl who was violated at age 13, gave birth to me. Um, Violated at age 16, gave birth to me at age 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption about a month later. So, listen, at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Although my adopted mom was amazing. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yeah, that's cool. Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, I woke up like this. Not really. I had to work to get like this. This is work, that's for sure. Uh, which is what our business helps people to think about. How do you work up your joy? So But we like to tell this story every show because we know that it's not where you're from, but where it's about, but where you are about to go. And many people, let's have a lot of have good excuses. I have a good excuse not to be here, and not to any way minimize anyone's hardship. I've had enough of them to know. But I'm saying, and then what? And now what? And we need to always certainly address social justice, certainly address inequity, certainly address things that are unfair systematically and systemically, which is what I do in my life as a have done all my grown man life. And we have to, at the same time, because we can do two things at the same time, we have to also say, even given all of that inequity, all those challenges, what are we going to do, you know, individually to respond? So that's what we do. We help individuals respond using joy itself as a technology. So check us out. We have a super innovative program. So what am I saying next? Oh, so we're talking today about the unknown. Let's dive into the topic. So listen, the unknown for a lot of people, very frightening, very challenging, very difficult situation. Because the unknown is the space where you have no experience. The unknown is the space that anything can happen. And at times when people think of the phrase anything can happen, that's a negative framing of the possible of potential action and reaction. The phrase, the hook from the line from Bob Marley's um, song, he says, "Anything could happen." Um, and the songs, I think that's in so much trouble in the world because we oftentimes think of anything could happen as a negative, and it can. I've experienced some stuff that has been that way, where I've been like, "Whoa," you know. At the same time, though, we want to think about anything can happen as a positive thing, something that can actually be amazing for us, which goes right into point two. When your attitude is that something amazing is going to happen in the unknown, more times than not, it happens in an amazing way. Although I know that initial surge of fear is real and understandable, the thing is too, which is part like answer point two sub point two is to train your mind to think, man, something amazing is going to happen in this unknown situation. It's going to be amazing, and likely it will, which goes right into point three. When your attitude, when you expect great things to happen, and you, of course, do your due diligence, do your work, handle business, and expect something great to happen. In my experience in the work, and certainly in the experience of this work, good things happen. All right. So, boom goes the dynamite. That's all that we have for today's show. Again, we air each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. then 4:45 p.m. Um, on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.